What is going on? Luke here, and we're here to do my tips and predictions for round 18 of the 2022 NRL season. Hard to believe the State of Origin is already done and dusted. Obviously, Queensland won. Obviously, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I think we all saw it coming to a degree, but we're not going to talk about Origin. Origin's done. It's time to focus on the NRL. At least that's how I'm going to think about it, because I don't want to think about New South Wales. So we're going to go and talk about round 18. Hopefully my tips can be a lot better than my Origin ones. So we're going to start off with the very first game of the round, which sees the North Queensland Cowboys taking on the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. A top four clash. Plenty of Origin players. I don't know if they're going to back up. I'm just looking at the lineups just to see if anything's happening, because it's happening tonight. Looks like everybody's going to back up. I mean, you would expect a lot of them to back up. And they still got Tamalalo. They still got a lot of good players. Sharks very hit and miss. I thought they were okay against the Bulldogs, but not great. Whereas Cowboys have been on fire. Obviously now they got the confidence of State of Origin there. Tommy Dearden playing, Townsend in the squad. A lot of good things happening for the Cowboys right now. They find themselves in second spot, and surprisingly, deservingly so. So, for that reason, I'm going to take the smart money here. A home game for the Cowboys, just off the back of Origin. It's no disrespect to the Sharks. I mean, they're a top four side, but I don't feel like they're a top four side. So, the Cowboys, on the other hand, I think they are. So, Cowboys win this one. I'm going to go 13+. I think they'll ride the momentum. I think they'll win well. Moving on to the second game, we have the Parramatta Eels in 6 up against New Zealand Warriors. This one is another one that's like a little bit confusing, because I don't know if the ladder reflects where these teams are. Warriors have been pretty bad. I mean, they returned home. They had an okay-ish win over the Tigers with all the momentum in the world, all the fan support, and they kind of got the job done, I guess. Parramatta, very hot and cold, so they're probably the definition of hot and cold this year. Can beat the team coming first, but can't beat a team like the Warriors. That's why it makes it so hard to guarantee a win for Parra. But they did get the job done last time they played, so I'm going to go with Parramatta. Don't really have a hell of a lot of plays backing up from State of Origin. So, yeah, I think everything kind of says Parramatta is going to win this one at 13+, which is why it kind of makes it scary to tip Parra. But we're going to go Parramatta 13+. Moving on to the next game, which is the Sydney Roosters taking on the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Always a pretty decent game, this one. We've seen plenty of upsets in the past between these two sides. Something about the Dragons and the Roosters, they just mesh well. It's going to be a good game. Probably going to be quite a grindy sort of game. I don't know if the Dragons are going to win this one, but I think they'll be in the contest for sure. The Roosters, I mean, Tedesco backing up, Angus Crichton, can't really recall a whole bunch of players, Daniel Tupou. Like, they've got enough players who played in Origin, but not enough that I think they'll be affected too much. I think the Roosters win this one. I know the Dragons been travelling okay-ish. They just dropped out of the top 8, but they were in the top 8. But the Roosters, I think the Roosters are gun. They're going to get the job done for sure. I don't want to say for sure. I don't want to say for sure. It's being played in Gosford too, I should mention that. But I'm going to go the Roosters. Now moving on to Manly up against the Knights. Manly on fire. Knights, not so much, but they're travelling okay. They're not travelling okay. I keep saying that. But Kalen Ponga's definitely travelling okay. Whether he backs up, I'm not sure. I feel like he's a guy who I'm not exactly sold that he will 100% back up, but I think he will, being the captain on big money. They need him to, but I feel like Manly are going to win this one regardless. Cherry Evans was great in Game 3. Just Manly they've found their mojo is probably the best way to put it. So I think smart money is on Manly. Home game for them. Everything's screaming Manly win this one at 13+. I should just mention as well, for the Roosters one, I'm actually going to go Roosters 1-12. I think it'll be tight. For the Eels, can't remember if I did that one, but I'm going to go them 13+. Manly, I'm going to go them 13+ as well. Knights, 4-pack's been good. Saifidi was really good at Origin. Ponga, like the ones who have played for the Knights and played in those big games have been really good. It's just a matter of like the rest of the side. Like the spine is still a little bit weak when you take Ponga out of it. Jaden Brayley still finding his feet. Manly should win this one. They should. And saying that though, I can't be confident in 2022, man. Moving on to the Titans up against the Broncos. Geez, how far or how different this is from last year, or even like the start of the year. You would have said Titans looking alright. I know they lost Fogarty, but everyone else is kind of there. Broncos, not sure about them. Sign Adam Reynolds. They signed a lot of good players, but we'll see if they gel. Broncos definitely gelled, and all of a sudden, the Titans, who were the bigger brother for like a season, they're the little brother now again. Broncos back to their best. They're not winning every week, but at the same time, much improved. And the Titans, what can you say about the Titans? They're in last spot. Actually, they're not in last spot. Tigers are, but they were in last spot. Are they better than the Tigers? I don't really know. Both are pretty bad. Are they better than the Broncos? Definitely not. Broncos win this one. I think it's going to be 13+. I could see this being a bloodbath, but at the same time, this is a game I could see the Titans getting up for as well. Now we move on to the team I mentioned a little bit earlier. We're talking about the West Tigers. They take on the Penrith Panthers. speaking of bloodbaths, you got a team full of guys who are going to be angry. They're going to be annoyed. The Tigers taken on Ivan Cleary, so he's got motivation there to start off with. Then you add in that so many players just lost in State of Origin. A lot of question marks over the Panthers players, whether they're good enough for Origin, whether the method of play works in Origin. Are they good enough? How are they going to go the rest of the season? A lot of those questions will be answered this game, and I'm expecting an absolute bloodbath. Tigers terrible. They're playing Jackson Hastings at lock. They're keeping Luke Brooks in the side. Even Luke Brooks doesn't think he should be in the side. He's kind of like, Adam Dewey should be the 5'8". I think he just thought, oh, I'll just go play reserves or something. No, he's the number 7, Dewey's number 6 or whatever it is, and Hastings is playing lock. Name a more Tigers thing to do. I know Tim Sheens is going to be taking over as the coach. I think Kamali, I don't know if he's taken over this game, but Kamali has been there. Tigers just absolutely awful. Penrith. I wouldn't be surprised if Penrith put 50 on them. Dead set. Like, that's how I expect this game to go. Penrith just come out angry, fired up, ready to go, raring to go. Like I said, Penrith 50 plus, seriously. Moving on to the next game. Could be another bloodbath here. We've got the Melbourne Storm taking on the Canberra Raiders. Cameron Munster, I don't know if he's been named. I know he couldn't play Origin, but it's Sunday here. He has been named for the Storm. So Storm are going to go in pretty fresh. Papenhuyzen doesn't play Origin. Hughes doesn't. Harry Grant does, but he comes off the bench. I'm expecting the big things from the Storm. Maybe we're about to see the Storm of old. Obviously, no Brandon Smith because of dumb stuff that he said, but they can win without Brandon Smith. They're going to have to get used to that anyways next year. Taking on the Raiders, I mean, Jack Whiten's there. He's the only real one who missed out in Origin. The rest are all kind of okay players. Like Papali'i was there. Tapani's been going really good, obviously New Zealander. But yeah, a lot of talk about the Raiders, not so much for good things. I mean, Chand is leaving. I'm expecting a big win from the Storm, I should say. Another one where it's like, I don't want to say 50 plus, but I'm going to say 13 plus for sure for the Storm. They're going to be fired up. They haven't been playing that well, been losing a lot. They are definitely going to be fired up for sure. Now we move on to the last game of the round. Is it the best game of the round? Probably not. But it's Mike Henry Bankstown Bulldogs taking on the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now, for me, this could be a very, very good game. Latrell has really transformed this Rabbitohs side. I knew he was going to be good for them. I just didn't know how good he was actually going to be for them. Now, at the start of the year, Bulldogs struggled against the Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs struggled. They got the win. Then they kind of went on a bit of a slump. And I don't know if it started with the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs couldn't beat them then when they weren't even playing that well. I know the Bulldogs are playing quite decent now. They're my side. I'd love to sit here and say, yes, Bulldogs going to win this one. I don't have the confidence in saying that. I expect a tight contest for sure. I'm expecting big things from the Bulldogs. I just have no. There's no way I can sit here and say they will beat the Rabbitohs, especially now Latrell is back. Cody Walker's finding some form as well. Ilias is starting to look a little bit more comfortable. Damien Cook's going to be fairly rested as well. I know he played State of Origin, but he didn't play big minutes. Yeah, Rabbitohs going to win this one. It could be a 13 plus, it could be 1 to 12. I'm not sure exactly where I stand in this one. I'm going to say 1 to 12 just because I hope that it stays relatively close. Maybe Doggies can snag a little cheeky little victory there. Maybe go on a bit of a run. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, before Latrell had come into this side, I would have been like, Dogs going to win. They've been playing quite well, but Latrell's Latrell Mitch, he's just good, isn't he? But yeah, those are my tips and predictions for round 18. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your tips and predictions for round 18? Are they different to mine? Did you like mine? Did you hate them? Do you dislike them? Do you rate them? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, we had to go ahead and make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure you use the notification bell. Don't rely on the sub boxes. Use the notification bell and never miss any of my videos. Also, we had to go ahead and chuck me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke and YT for the most part. My Facebook's Mr. Luke, but everything else, including Snapchat, including TikTok, is Mr. Luke and YT. Give me a follow, give me an ad. Also, go ahead and become a member of the channel. Link is in the description below. We have a whole bunch of new members. Thanks to everybody who's joined. Thank you to everybody who's gifted. Very much appreciated. It really does mean a lot to me, especially during these times. So yeah, bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Bloody camera just died. Fancy that. Right as I was wrapping up the video. Like I was saying though, thanks for watching. Hopefully enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more content on the channel. Origin's over, but that doesn't mean the channel's over. Got plenty of other stuff to talk about, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you in the next one. See yous.